I can't even begin to comprehend how backwards the Pokemon community has become. Because I got this comment. Can you give your opinion on the rumor that Gaims are not going to adjust Pokemon Gaim Leader level based on progress? There's a lot to unpack here. For starters, it's not a rumor. How has the Pokemon community become so stupid that official information that everyone has access to is being treated as a rumor? And I haven't seen this comment just once. I've seen multiple people refer to it as a rumor that there's no scaling in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, which is also another layer of stupidity because the default shouldn't be scaling. The default should be any gym order in the open world Pokemon game. But we've been seeing this nonsense develop for years. Like, this goes back to 2016 with, like, all the fake leak nonsense that really blew up around Pokemon Sun and Moon. And somehow, people will still click on the same fake clickbait video time and time again for over half a decade, even though 99.9% of the time, it's going to be wrong. And scumbags like A-Drive are just lying to you to make money. That's it. So yeah, a leak. Confirmed bit of information that was released early. We didn't have that. Ku is not a leaker. Ku is the definition of not credible. You cannot take one of his random collages or images and mental breakdowns and then extract valuable information from it. We have a real leak. But then it got bastardized to where people are just calling fake stuff rumors. No, if it's fake, it's fake. There is no speculation. There is no discussion. It's fake. You have to label it as some kind of theory or discussion. But no, people are clickbaiting just fake nonsense as rumors or leaks, and it just keeps on getting worse. And then they're kind of like seeing that, like, oh yeah, look at this leak, oh look at that real thing, going to call it a rumor. What is going on? And then again, like, the multiple layers of nonsense that's going on here. So there's no set path to the gyms. You can purposefully seek out a stronger gym leader, or you can simply stop by a gym that happens to be located in a town you came across on your journey. This time, you get to plot your own path to Victory Road. How do people not read that and then get super excited? Because people read this and go, what do you mean there's no scaling? At some point, the irresponsibility of every other PokeTuber has flipped it to where now a majority of the Pokemon community is just NPCs who have become completely detached from reality, common sense, or critical thinking, to where they're upset that scaling isn't going to be in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, even though that would completely ruin the game. We saw this with Pokemon Legends as well. All the blind faith poured into it. People are like, oh man, we have our first open world Pokemon game. Wasn't. And all you had to do was read the website to understand that it's not going to be open world and that the gameplay loop sucks. And why Pokemon Legends is still one of the worst Pokemon games, if not the worst ever made. And I was completely right about everything. But people hated me for simply reading the website, because official information is boring and not fantastical enough anymore. Because it says you add information to your Pokedex by catching Pokemon, but catching a Pokemon once won't be enough to complete its Pokedex entry. And then I made the audacious claim that your progress is going to be gated by catching Pokemon and filling out the Pokedex, but since you have to catch more than one to complete it, it's going to be tedious and annoying and on a rail and more hand-holdy than Pokemon Let's Go. I used more than room temperature IQ, and the official information on the website was right about everything, and people said, you're lying, Verlisify. Not just a couple of people, like thousands. And then the rest of Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, the information has been available since the reveal in February, and it's like people are now starting to understand that we're getting an open world Pokemon game, even though the first thing they said about it was open world confirmed. Free exploration, not dictated by the story. You can do whatever you want. And then it gets even crazier and better where it's like, actually, there's multiple ways of progressing through the game with 3 different stories, and you can do the gyms in any order. Back in my day, before the Pokemon community became infested with Zoomers and idiots, this is what everyone wanted. This was the dream. We now have the ultimate dream of every real Pokemon fan, which is you can play the game however you want. But now people don't want that. Much like how with Pokemon Legends, when the game was like confirmed through so many trailers and so much information, and I think there was even like a Pokemon company representative said it's not going to be open world, suddenly open world Pokemon games are bad. Being gated and on a rail and having a linear story, which is what everyone complained about with Pokemon Sun and Moon, is good and the new ideal. Like, the way that NPCs just flip and are always hypocritical about Pokemon now blows my mind. Because they're so stupid, they get the initial impression of what they think the game is going to be wrong, and then they have to commit to that because no one can ever admit they're wrong anymore these days, and then it's just a refusal to cope. That's the Pokemon community, a refusal to cope. And because of the aforementioned NPCs, I actually have to spell it out as to why scaling would objectively ruin Pokemon Scarlet and Violet and turn it into the linear game that these same people have complained about for years now. Because we have an open world game. You can go anywhere and do anything for the first time in Pokemon. And what do people want? They want to turn it on a rail again. So let's say I go out, I'm able to do whatever I want. Screw this, Gym 1, nah. I want to go out to the harder areas and start having some fun. Well, here's the thing. I have a level 5 Pokemon. I still have to be strategic. I still have to be very careful in how I train my Pokemon. And also that means, like, it's not like, oh, I go up to a town and now Team Rocket's guarding the exit and I have to do the Team Rocket thing and then beat the gym leader before I can move on. I can just go, oh, there's like a kerfuffle going on here. Pass. And then I can go on and train, and I can battle wild trainers, and I can struggle, and I can grind up, and then I can try to find other paths and other ways. You know, maybe there's like a cool rare Pokemon out here, it's higher level, but I have to earn that through a strong victory, and then I can train him up, and then I can go back. It's like, boom, let's do Gym 6 first. Still a challenge. It's still going to take a while. It's still going to take exploration and gameplay. It's not like you rock up with your level 5 Pokemon as though it's the first, well, not level 5, but, you know, level 12, level 15 as though it's the first gym, and then beat Gym 6 like it's Gym 1. Like, do people not understand that? That there's still an extreme challenge to doing the gyms out of order, which is why it's a lot more fun and engaging, and it's what Pokemon fans have wanted. That I get to craft my own adventure. But no, instead, what they want is that you go out to the area, you go out to whatever gym. Oh, let's just kind of like go to the hardest area in the game. Oh, what's that? No, this is treated like Gym 1. All right, we're right over here, so this is treated like Gym 2 now because of scaling. Like, that's how scaling works. The first gym I go to is going to have a team that's ready for someone with no badges. And then the next one's going to have a team ready for 1 badge. And then so on and so forth. Do you see how now we take this and the game becomes completely linear and that there's no skill involved? There's no difficulty because the game is just going to progress as it always has. And the complaint is that Pokemon games are too easy. So by wanting scaling, you're wanting an easy linear Pokemon game. When we have the complete opposite in an open world game that lets you craft your own difficulty. I forgot to mention that one of the worst parts of Pokemon Sword and Shield was the scaling because it took away from the first time we had open exploration in Pokemon with the wild area and just kind of made it to where, oh, that strong Pokemon? Nah, you can't catch it, and you don't really get any benefit from defeating it, even though it was a challenge. So it just kind of keeps taking away from all that, and even then, the implementation of how, like, the levels interact with the wild Pokemon also took away from the game. So let's not have that with Pokemon Scarlet and Violet where you can go anywhere and do anything. But these people's brains have become so broken and their inability to cope has become so severe that somehow gym scaling doesn't mean, based off of how many badges you have, just arbitrarily something to do with your Pokemon's level. If you have higher Pokemon levels, that means whatever gym you go up against should have higher level Pokemon, which makes absolutely no sense and can't be balanced in any way because there's no tracking. There's nothing to kind of show how much progress you've made, and you can always just kind of like swap out high-level Pokemon into your boxes or something. Like, it doesn't make any sense, but then it completely ruins the game as well. So no matter how you interpret scaling, it is the worst possible thing for the game, because now there's no benefit to training. Trying to over-level, because that's kind of the thing about Pokemon. You can always fall back, catch some new Pokemon, go to an area, fight wild Pokemon and trainers and stuff, and then come back stronger in case you got like your butt handed to you by the 4th gym or something. That incentive, that core gameplay is then completely ruined with scaling, and then there's no sense of progression, no sense of accomplishment. It's just pointless difficulty that does nothing for the game. Like, I don't understand why people want to throw away this game where you can go wherever you want, do whatever you want, partake in multiple stories, however, wherever you want, which is also on the website, Furthermore, you can freely go back and forth between all 3 stories, allowing your adventure to develop in the way you want it to. Some may want to reach the rank of champion and rush through the gems. They even acknowledge that. Like, you can do whatever. If that appeals to you, just rushing through the gems 1 through 8 as you always have, but now you just get to unlock all the possible exploration and stuff in the region, you can do that. While others might want to adventure at their leisure, at times searching for Pokemon or meeting all sorts of people. And again, there's like multiple stories, so you can stumble and follow a storyline, turn around and be like, oh, I guess I'm ready for the next gym or something. That could be pretty cool. And then being able to do whatever you want, or you can go as hardcore as possible. These idiots are upset that you can do whatever you want and just straight up go to the final gym. How cool is that? That is the dream, and again, it still takes strategy. There is still a lot of difficulty in taking a base Pokemon and trying to make it to the hardest part of the game immediately, or at least like the hardest accessible part of the game. There is infinitely more strategy and replayability to having no scaling in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet that make it to where no matter what you do, it's Gym 1, Gym 2, Gym 3, Gym 4. And when you think about it, the open world actually makes scaling worse and easier because now you can go to any part of the map at any time and then get the Pokemon that's strong against the gym you're going up against. So it's not like in the other games where, again, your story and progress is gated and then you don't find stronger, higher base stat, various typing Pokemon until later on in the game. And then sometimes they have like interactions to being stronger with the gym, but now it's like there is no challenge whatsoever because, okay, let's just say we have water type Pokemon over here. Well, I'm just going to go all the way through here to the cave that has electric type Pokemon, and then I can just kind of fly back on over, and now there's no challenge. And then again, Gym 1, Gym 2, Gym 3, Gym 4, Gym 5, it's the same linear experience. Let's just make it easier because it's open world and throw away any possible challenge or exploration or any cool thing you can do in the game. I don't get, like, how did I have to spell this out? And how is it that a staggering amount of the Pokemon community just does not get it? This game lets you do whatever you want. It has been telling you for the last 6 months you are allowed to do whatever you want. And somehow the mass formation and the inability of the Pokemon community to think for themselves and then latch on to the most uncredible, the most fraudulent, the most fake of people and ideas. They get lost and confused, and then they want to throw all of that away for something that's stupid anyways. There's a reason why Elden Ring is considered one of the greatest games, and that's generally true of any open world or sandboxy or free game. Because you're allowed to craft the adventure. If it's too hard for you, alright, you jumped ahead a little too far. The game allowed for you to do that. Not bad. You can fall back and do whatever you want, or you can craft any challenge that you want. But no, the Pokemon community, they need to be on a rail. They need their hands held the entire time, and then they're going to complain no matter what, because they're just stupid children. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope you all have a nice day. Thank you very much for watching.